My name is Lindsey, and I'm what some people might call a card maker. I've been making cards now for just over 3 years, and this year is the big push to turn it into a viable business, and so far it seems to be working. Okay, a typical day for card making and creating would be get up, check the email, see if anybody's bought anything from the website, then come downstairs and sort out my young companion down here, and then basically just sit down and let the creativity go, and see what it does. If I've got any orders, make the orders up. If I haven't, make whatever I want. Okay, the good point is, for me, that you don't have to be able to draw. You don't have to be able to paint fantastic paintings. You don't have to be creative to the extreme. I've had people come to me and they've not got a creative bone in their body, and yet they've still gone away with a perfectly made card because they've been guided through it. And that's the good thing for me, is that you can let your creativity just go wild. Another good point is seeing the satisfaction on your customers' faces when they have rummaged through your box of cards and they've found the perfect one. And then you say to them, well, there's no greeting on that. Would you like a greeting putting on? And they look at you in shock, as if to say, hang on, I'm paying you this amount for this card and it's brilliant. And now you're going to do something even more brilliant for me. And it's all about making their day at the end of it, because that way you get your repeat custom. The low points are the initial setup cost. You can start out with just 1 or 2 bits. Unfortunately, my first foray into a craft shop was a disaster, and I spent my entire month's wage check in the craft shop, which yeah, not a good thing. But the initial setup cost is the killer. It will wipe out most people. You've got to have a little bit of money to back you up first, and then start selling. If you can, I mean, I started out as a hobby, and I carried it on. And as I say, this year is the big push, and we're doing really well this year. So I'm quite proud of it. And I make some cards I make for charity, and it's a charity both he and I support. He's a pet blood donor, so some of the cards we sell, the profits go directly to them. I've got other cards that I make which are for somewhere called the Little Dog Rescue, which is a network of fosterers across the UK, and basically all the money that comes from those cards goes directly to those charities. And that's one of the things that gets me up every single day, is the knowledge that if I don't get up and I don't do it, then I'm not going to be able to help. So, the common misconception that, oh, you just sit in your room all day on your own and you don't know anybody and you're a bit sad and you're a loser. That might be true, but I've got friends and they all do the same thing. And the craft shows you go to, you think, you know, a lot of people think, oh, you're going to go there and people are going to go, don't like the look of her products. Well, it's not true. People will come over and go, oh, how did you make that? And, you know, it's the friends you can make through it. And you don't have to be old. And you haven't got to be a preschooler. That's the other one. Oh, well, you're a bit old to be doing this, aren't you? No. So it's a common misconception that you've got to be either old or in preschool to be making anything with your hands. I think a young person leaving school would possibly be looking at this as something, as an interim business in some ways. I know that sounds a funny thing to say, but at the moment there are so many people that are making cards and creating things that it's a very good way to gain experience of the business world, because you actually have to source your products, you have to make your products, then you have to go out and market your products. So for a young person leaving school who perhaps hasn't had the best abilities in school, for them to be able to make something and then go out and sell it and then be able to put that onto their CV, it's a very good thing to be able to do, because you can show any potential employers that actually I've got the get up and go to do it. And it's been proven time and time again. I've got this on my CV. I haven't got a short CV by any means. I'm 31 now. I've been left school for 15 years. And my longest period of employment is 3 years. And this is it. And I've been doing this now for 3 years. And I still enjoy doing it. And I still enjoy finding new things that I can do, that when you take them to market, people will sit there and go, wow, what is that? How did you do that? And it's, as I say, it's an experience. More than just the fact of making cards. It is the entire experience of starting your own little business and running it. No qualifications to do this whatsoever. A school leaver, they're not really going to need any qualifications. You're just going to need to have maybe an inquisitive mind and, you know, not even a flair for art. It's one of the best card makers I know used to be an architect, and he just has this knack of putting things in the exact right place, just to fool the eye into thinking that there's more on the card than there actually is, where there may only be 2 elements on the card. The card looks full. But it's these 2 little diddly elements that you take them off and you think, and then you put them back in a different position and it doesn't look right. So a keen eye, I think, is one of the best things you can hope for. And even if you haven't got that, just have a go. See what comes out. If it's rubbish, don't worry. Put it to one side and say, right, all my cards will be better than this from here on in. It's a horrible world, and I'm going to make no bones about it. It is horrible out there. Be yourself. Don't try to be something you're not. If you are going for a job interview, dress smartly. Don't wear any jewellery when you're going to a job interview, especially if you're a man, because people hate that. They absolutely hate that. And it sounds funny, and yeah, we can all have a good laugh at it. But seriously, if you go in there and you've got rings on, you know, all over your fingers, and you've got, you know, things dangling out your ear holes, potential employers don't necessarily want that. Once you've got the job, then yeah, start introducing jewellery. If they tell you to take it out, do that. And again, it's the same as card making. Don't be disheartened if you don't succeed first try. And that's one thing just to look at in life as general. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And keep trying. Because one day, it'll happen.